Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A use of force expert says a fatal police shooting that killed a 16-year-old girl was not justified. Manitoba's police watchdog did not recommend charges against the officer who shot and killed the First Nations teen back in 2020. But during today's inquest, one expert says the assessment used to determine that was flawed. CBC's Caitlin Gowerluck was in court and has more.
Aisha Hudson was 16 when she was killed by a Winnipeg police officer, shot following a chase in a stolen car that ended here in April 2020, after some of the other teens she was with robbed a liquor store. Manitoba's police watchdog recommended no charges against the constable who shot her, in part because an expert said that officer's use of force was justified. But in court this week, the inquest into Hudson's death heard a different use of force expert who disagreed with that assessment. Peter Rampat said responding officers put themselves at risk by not following safety protocols. And in his opinion, the shooting was not justified. That finding was based in part on this witness video that shows the moments after Hudson crashed, which court heard the earlier assessment didn't consider. Rampat says the video shows both shots were fired as the vehicle was backing up. He said that contradicts what the officer who shot the teen said. That officer told investigators that after Hudson crashed the car, she reversed quickly, causing the front of the vehicle to rapidly spin towards officers. He said he believed she was attempting to strike them with the front of the vehicle to cause them grievous bodily harm or death. Rampat said he found it very difficult to reconcile those two because the officer believes that the vehicle was moving towards him and his partner. The expert said he just didn't see that in the video. Rampat spent 2 days testifying before the inquest. On Friday, he was cross-examined, including by a lawyer for the Winnipeg Police Service. She challenged his findings, saying his report made assumptions and didn't include witness accounts. The inquest is scheduled to resume in June. Caitlin Gowerluck, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Even though trees in Winnipeg still don't have leaves, some politicians are already thinking about October. Winnipeg's mayoral race officially got underway this morning. And as CBC's Bartlett Kivas reports, the first two candidates to register include the current mayor and the man who finished last in last race.
Christopher Classio finished 11th out of 11 candidates in the 2022 Winnipeg mayoral race. He received 451 votes in a city with more than 500,000 eligible voters. But Classio is undeterred. As he registered for the 2026 mayoral campaign Friday morning, he predicted he'll do better this year.
I'm super excited for this election. I do feel like I'm going to be one of the top contenders.
Classio said current mayor Scott Gillingham can be defeated.
People are interested of new candidates, and I think I'm one of the most progressive candidates, and I also think I'm the game changer candidate for this election.
Gillingham, who won the 2022 mayoral race by the second slimmest margin in modern Winnipeg history, crossed the courtyard at City Hall with his wife Marla to register his campaign. Gillingham was asked why he deserves a second term.
Some of the big decisions that weren't made in the past, like opening Portage and Main, getting work done on Portage Place, a lot of progress on North End Plant, a lot of those have started. I want to see them through.
Gillingham said he expects more competition in the mayoral race in the months to come. Registration allows candidates to raise and spend money on their campaigns. While mayoral candidates can do this now, candidates for council and school trustee positions have to wait until June 30th. This is the first election in Winnipeg where school trustees have to register their campaigns, meaning they're now subject to spending limits. The city's chief election official says there are other changes this year.
Voters can vote at any location on Election Day within their ward.
The idea is to give voters more Election Day options.
We believe this is going to make it easier for voters. It's going to reduce lineups. It will improve the voter experience.
Sherwood Armbruster is also encouraging Winnipeggers to check the online voters list to ensure they're on it. Election Day is October 28th. Bartlett Kivas, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Water supply issues are forcing at least 15 dialysis patients out of Garden Hill Ananisanu First Nation. The treatment plant servicing the Northern Manitoba First Nation shut down after a break in midweek. Without the facility, there's no clean tap water needed for medical treatment. The Grand Chief says the only option left for patients was to leave.
They cannot go without treatment for too long, so we would have to be reacting very quickly to the evacuation plan and ensuring that patients are able to receive the life-saving treatment elsewhere.
Gordon Hill also worries damage from the break-in contaminated the water supply. The First Nation is asking people to only drink bottled water while pollution testing is underway. From vaccinations to prescriptions, pharmacists say they can be part of the solution when it comes to bridging gaps in patient care. It's why they're urging the government to follow what other provinces are already doing and let them do more. As CBC's Michelle McDougall reports, they say this could bring big benefits to rural communities.
Debbie English sees her family doctor in Brandon on a regular basis and was surprised when her pharmacist made a call on her behalf.
I was amazed that he took the time to do that.
Doing more for patients is what pharmacist Mark McCure wants, but says the government is holding him and others in his profession back.
We're hoping that the legislation changes so that we can do a little bit more of what we've been trained to do to help patients.
Pharmacists in other provinces have greater authority to assess patients, prescribe medication, and administer more vaccines. They can also offer substitutions if the medicine prescribed by a doctor is not available.
But we can't just change the doctor's prescription without going to get the doctor's permission and, causing a little bit more burden on the healthcare system that's necessary.
Pharmacists Manitoba is asking the province to make changes to the Pharmaceutical Act to bring pharmacists' scope of practice up to par with the rest of Canada and be completely publicly funded. Pharmacists can assess 14 common ailments, including nausea for pregnant women and seasonal allergies, but only one, urinary tract infections, is funded.
We're not asking to be doing anything outrageous, anything that we're not trained to do. These are everyday practices that we see happening in other provinces on a regular basis.
Pharmacists fill a gap when a doctor is not available, says pharmacist Jennifer Ludwig.
Maybe the ER is closed for a few days or a few hours, or the health centers only open periodically through the week. So pharmacists have always been seen as one of the most accessible healthcare professions, but in rural communities that is especially important.
Manitoba's Health Minister Uzoma Asaguera told CBC they want pharmacists to practice in their full scope and will expand the minor ailments list. Last May, Asaguera told pharmacists they could soon prescribe birth control, but that hasn't happened yet. Michelle McDougall, CBC News, Brandon.
A Yonge Street apartment complex now has 23 affordable housing units. The national charity Raising the Roof owns the majority of the development. It was previously a derelict building. Collaborative Housing Alliance put in $1 million for the project. It will also help ensure the units remain deeply affordable with rent geared to income. Main Street Project is overseeing tenant placement. They'll have dedicated staff on site connecting with people and helping them with things like healthcare, income supports, and employment opportunities.
It's not just about the supports, it's about the environment. It's about creating spaces where people feel a sense of belonging, where trust is built, where respect is foundational, and where people are met without judgment.
The building can provide housing for about 40 people. Manitoba is expanding its RSV protection program to include all infants. Beginning in October, all babies will be eligible to get 1 dose during their first RSV season. The shot will be offered shortly after birth in hospital or through public health offices, nursing stations, and designated sites across the province. Previously, only babies born during the RSV season could get vaccinated immediately. The province says roughly 5% of healthy infants and young kids hospitalized with RSV end up in the ICU. Well, it was finally starting to feel like spring out there today, and the weekend is bringing sunny spring vibes with it. Meteorologist Colette Kennedy in now. Colette.
Yeah, thanks, Brittany. Certainly not a bad day for a Friday to have some sunshine, good sky conditions, but temperatures still not quite where we'd like them to be. Looking at this morning, -4, but it was feeling like -7. That'd be kind of normal if this was the first week of April we were moving into and not the first week of May as we're starting off the month. And then just into the afternoon hours, at least in many cases, double digits. Certainly much better. Melita up to 20 degrees, much better. Brandon too, 17, so to the west. But, you know, baby steps kind of getting there too into Winnipeg. We have a decent evening on our hands with generally quiet conditions, but some energy is going to be coming through on the weekend. So for tonight, 4 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow I am bringing in a slight chance for a few scattered showers into the Red River Valley, 2 degrees in the morning, and by afternoon up to 15. We'll get clearing late day, but then there's more action to come on Sunday. All the details coming up.
Thanks, Colette. Coming up, leaving a legacy, how one family has donated a piece of land to not only protect it, but honor a late family member. We'll have that story next. It's a massive donation in the name of conservation and family. About 250 hectares of peatland is now managed by the Nature Conservancy of Canada, all in the name of Uncle Bill. CBC's Durham McElraith shows you why this land is meaningful in many ways.
It's been in the family for decades. 257 hectares of peatlands now in the hands of the Nature Conservancy of Canada. Vince Proseviet and his wife Karen Antle donated part of the land to make sure it would remain protected. all in honor of William North, known as Uncle Bill.
Well, I've always kind of had a good respect for nature in general, and that's part of what I learned from Uncle Bill. He was the one who was instrumental in teaching me how to hunt and fish and look after the land.
Uncle Bill spent years hunting, trapping, and stewarding the land 10 kilometers southeast of Elma. Before his death in 2003, Uncle Bill hoped the property would stay in the family.
We don't have kids. Uncle Bill didn't have kids. So, what do you do with it? If we sold it to anybody else or possibly left it to somebody, it's possible that it would be sold and fall into other hands. And then, it could have been developed.
The Nature Conservancy of Canada estimates the Monk Creek peatlands store nearly 350,000 tons of carbon in the ground. The property also supports water quality in the Whitemouth River and in Monk Creek. A mix of black spruce bog, shrubby fen, and aspen forest create a diverse habitat on the property surrounded by Crown land. Tim Teetart with NCC says conserving the peatlands will build resiliency in the landscape.
In Manitoba, people understand land because so many livelihoods and communities depend on it. It isn't about choosing conservation over people, it's about a balance. Manitoba has a long tradition of working lands alongside protected areas. And this property is a good example how conservation and community values can go hand in hand.
Proseviet and Antle say Uncle Bill was generous. They believe he'd be happy with their decision to donate the land for conservation. Jura McElwraith, CBC News, Steinbach.
The first Victims of Impaired Driving commemorative walk was held in Winnipeg today. The walk was designed in the style of a funeral procession and included a smashed-up van with mourners following behind. People carried pictures of loved ones lost to drunk driving. Vicki Renwick says her 20-year-old daughter Taylor was killed 11 years ago by an impaired driver. She was going to school in Winnipeg and was on her way home for Thanksgiving, but didn't make it. Renwick says along with grief, she also carries outrage.
Very angry. Very angry. Because he gets to wake up every day and just carry on doing what he's doing, and my daughter can't. He was charged with impaired driving causing death and impaired driving causing an injury, which was not enough for what he took. He was sentenced to 2 years in jail. He didn't spend that much time in jail.
The event was hosted by Mad Winnipeg. It made its way from the Forks to the legislature. Well, gardening season is almost within reach, but many of us just can't wait to get out there and hit the garden centers and, of course, farmers markets. Now that sign of summer is slowly coming back to life. St. Leon Gardens opened this week despite the chilly weather, with eager gardeners getting a jump on spring planting.
The big rush, big mad dash before we open. We got to get everything set up. We basically get all the produce like a day or two before we open because you really want it to be fresh. You don't want to keep it a week before. So we really get everything last minute. The only big concern right now is the weather, which is colder than last year. But that's a normal spring for Manitoba. We always have a little bit of fluctuations when it comes to spring weather.
Gardening is so contingent on the weather. What advice do you give to people?
From the gardening perspective, I would say wait a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a cold spring. I would caution people against starting too early this year. A lot of times some gardeners who have like a particularly protected yard will gamble and start putting stuff in the ground earlier. I don't know if this is the year to do some big swings like that, some big gambles. Wait till late May.
How excited are you to start gardening?
Pretty excited. I'm excited for warm weather again. Well, I don't have a garden necessarily. I have a balcony, so I just have potted plants, but I've just been keeping stuff inside for now. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of normal for spring to be temperamental, so I'm prepared, I guess.
It's cooler right now.
Yes, it is.
So what tips do you want to share with people who might be eager to go start planting and whatnot? What can you give us from the wisdom of running a place like this?
I would say take it slow. Don't plant your tomatoes, and even annuals I would wait. Perennials maybe next week. The gauge I've always used is toes in the ground if it's warm, but if your soil is too cold, the plants are not going to like that.
What is the joy that you get out of gardening and knowing that things are coming alive at a time like this right now?
There's a lot of joy when like the tulips come out or the perennials that you put in a couple of years ago. There's really, yeah, it's like you're just so happy to see it come up and that it survived the winter.
Love to see everybody all smiles there. And the sun was shining, and we are hoping for warmer weekend weather. So let's bring in meteorologist Colette Kennedy for a check on that forecast.
Thanks, Brittany. You know, we have to kind of look at the pattern as a whole across the country or even across the continent and get an idea of what's going on here, because it's a weather teeter-totter, so to speak. As temperatures go up in the west, they go down with the trough in the east, and Manitoba kind of caught in between. There are some notable exceptions with some nice sunshine. Today would be an example. And if you're looking for some milder temperatures, yes, this weekend the temperatures are looking pretty good, close to seasonal, in some cases maybe even a tiny bit above, and then they do start to slide into next week. So we have some energy that's rolling through, but just showing you the idea of what we're getting with that teeter-totter, the jet stream. So we get some ridging building in the west, that trough into the east, and that tends to be where the cooler air is, and you see it's coming right across the province. But not only that, it's the storm track, so it's going to be pulling a few systems our way, and I can show you how that's going to play out. If we look past today, here comes this first area of low pressure moving into the day on Saturday, coming out of the Inner Lakes region into the Red River Valley. We get that chance of a few showers, light generally in nature, but here and there you'll get some of that activity, but staying drier and sunnier a little bit further west. So that's into Saturday night. Then we'll take a breather. And then as we head into Sunday, here comes the next system. And you'll notice this, a cold front coming with this one. So we get some milder temperatures for a good chunk of the province Saturday and Sunday. And then the door shuts and cooler air moves in, and it comes with these scattered showers. So that risk in there too on Sunday, and certainly into Sunday night. And then on the backside, when we get some of that cooler air, we're actually talking about a little bit of light wet snow or some flurries. So for tomorrow morning, where you're starting off to Dooley Lake, we're talking about right at the freezing mark, just a little bit above as you move through the day. And then by afternoon, you're back to 1 with that system pushing right through. And for Gimli, starting off around 1 degree, Winnipeg, we should be climbing up to about 5 after a low of 2 to 3 degrees. And then into the afternoon, this model wants to take it even a little bit warmer, and that's okay because we should be close to that. I've got us at 15 for the afternoon with a few scattered showers. That risk into Sunday, even warmer, up to 17. And then that cold front that I was showing you, as that slides on through, that's why as we look into, the first full week of May, we're talking about those temperatures dipping back down below seasonal for a little bit at least.
Thanks, Colette. Up next, come along for a scenic ride. But it's not about where you're going, it's about who you're with. That story, plus a last look at the forecast in just a few minutes. Stay with us. It's officially spring at the Mennonite Heritage Village in Steinbach. The outdoor village portion of the popular tourist attraction opened today. It features a sod house, a blacksmith shop, and the iconic replica of an 1800s windmill.
Our Livery Barn restaurant is also open for lunch for the first day of the season today as well. So I know we're all super excited to get our pierogies and farmer sausage for lunch today.
We expect our summer animals to be showing up at the beginning of May, and so there will be some animals arriving.
The village is set to host Manitoba Day celebrations and Pioneer Days later in the season.
Yeah, so this whole teeter-totter that I'm talking about with the warmth in the west, the cool in the east, and kind of being sandwiched in between, well, we get the benefit into the weekend with a few milder days. Yes, a few scattered showers, but actually things are going to be pretty nice. I mean, overall for the weekend, look at those temperatures. Things do change, though, as we get that cold front coming through Sunday night. And behind it, then we're going to drop those readings essentially in half or even cooler. We should be at a high of 16 and 7, 6, for a few days into next week. And then by the end of the week, take heart, the temperatures start to rebound again. So it's a seesaw, it's a teeter-totter, it's all the things, but enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, Colette. Well, do you ever feel like you just want to go somewhere? It's not really about where you're going, more like you just want to take a drive. Well, this next story could be just the thing. It's called A Bus to Nowhere. And instead of bridging distances, the goal here is about connecting people. Here's your daily lift.
Where are we going?
Up to the mountains.
The Line Zero bus is an experimental project by 2 Swiss artists. It has no fixed route or destination. Passengers interact with each other and enjoy the sights of the city along the way. The bus doesn't collect fares. Instead, it allows the riders to meet strangers and gather experiences. Tickets will remain free during the 3-week trial. Organizers are hoping to also serve other parts of Switzerland. I love the idea. I love getting to engage and meet people, and I even saw a few pups on that bus. Perfect weekend to get outside, get outdoors, and enjoy those spring temperatures. We'll see you back here on Monday.
This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A use of force expert says a fatal police shooting that killed a 16-year-old girl was not justified. Manitoba's police watchdog did not